Okay, you guys heard about the fog thing, right? I didn't even go there because I thought it sounded a little bit crazy. I grew up in the hills. I see fog all the time. But then things kept getting worse and worse. More and more people kept saying stuff about smelling toxic smells, seeing weird stuff. I have to say, some things weren't adding up. And this was starting to stretch from one side of the United States all the way to the other. People were saying toxic fog. What? Then people in the UK started chiming in saying they were experiencing the same thing. And I'm not sure if you guys picked up on this, but this was at the same time as the mystery drones. Everybody was saying that this was weird. It smelled off. It smells like chemicals. What are they dropping on us? Then I was thinking there's got to be more to this. Started really deep diving it. Kept digging. Got into some crazy stuff. Then even apparently AI assistants, Alexa even knows a little bit about what could be crazy and what's going on. And I'm going to share that with you. It may not be fog after all. Crazy important stuff that may affect you coming right up.
My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one.
Welcome back. Thanks for starting this up with a thumbs up. It definitely helps this reach more folks. So if you don't have any context on this crazy fog phenomenon, we're talking about chemical fog, we're talking about toxic fog. Remember, we don't always get the whole story, but clearly in other parts of the world, they call for toxic fog. But again, real quick, let me just give you some context. Let me show you what was floating around. I'm gonna skip through a bunch of her hee-hawing around. She did some of this fog coverage, got tons of comments from people all across the way so she could pinpoint some of the areas that this was happening and what some of the stories people were giving.
The majority of the states that were in the comments that are saying that they have fog and symptoms that are accompanied. And then I will go through the symptoms. So the states that so far that I have seen commenting the most are Oregon, Minnesota, Texas, St. Louis, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Vermont, New Hampshire, Washington, Arizona, Idaho, Illinois, Maine, Georgia, Massachusetts, Louisiana, Wisconsin. The UK has actually been commenting. Kansas, England, Florida, Indiana, Iowa, Mississippi, Arkansas, Cali, North Carolina, Ohio, Michigan, Colorado, Utah, Nebraska, and there was more than that. But this does appear to be coast-to-coast fog. Fog is normal this time of year. I had about 1 in every 100 comments on here was just mean or them calling us stupid or saying this is normal. Yeah, fog is normal.
So she has the same standpoint as I did. Like, seriously, we know about fog. Not everybody knows about fog, especially some of these people in California and some of these other places where they say they haven't seen fog in like forever. It has a lot to do with the type of weather you're in. Apparently, she did a call out on people that are having symptoms of like negative effects because of this fog. They smell something off. They've got headaches, they've got this, and that.
I am a born and raised Oregonian. I'm used to seeing fog. I am not used to seeing fog for months on end with like an hour break during the day and that's it. I've been having to double up on my vitamin D. So this is not normal fog. And if you're not experiencing the symptoms that I'm about to list off, consider yourself very lucky. If you don't know what we're talking about, consider yourself very lucky and be an adult and just keep scrolling, okay? But here are the symptoms that so far everybody's talking about. We're having a loss of appetite with a lot of people losing weight unexplained. Can't sleep at night. You feel really tired throughout the day because you're not sleeping at night, but all night you're just tossing and turning, having weird dreams. There's a really bad dry cough. But also congestion, which is weird because I've been congested, but I have a really dry cough, so it's very interesting. Extremely irritable. Some people are experiencing anemic problems. People are experiencing gut problems, stomach aches, diarrhea, nausea. I had some people commenting that they have jaw pain or headaches or both. There's just so many symptoms that are coming along, and the only thing that we all have in common from coast to coast is the fog, and then obviously a lot of us tap water, but that isn't necessarily going to be the same in every state. So the only thing I can associate all of this with is the fog. So I'm going to keep following the comment sections. I will keep updating you guys if I hear or see anything else, but so far that's the majority of the states and majority of symptoms that I'm seeing that are very similar from state to state. and the only common ground factor is the fog.
Okay, the reason I played her is because she skimmed through a lot of comments. A lot of real people, coast to coast, piped in. Trust me, I've got a lot more juicy stuff.
All right, so it's crazy foggy right now. But that's not the weird part, okay? Like, number one, it's weird because as it gets later in the day, fog should lighten, dissipate, and it's really not. But the weirdest part is the taste and smell. It smells like after you set off a bunch of fireworks, and like the taste of the air is, I mean, the only word I can think of is toxic. It's super weird, and so I'm going for my walk, and it's kind of worrying me a little bit. Let me know if you guys are experiencing something like that. That's weird. Yeah, I mean, it smells not right. And I'm 41. I've been through fog. This is something different.
Okay, so that's just real talk coming from that guy. Like he said, 41 years old, he's experienced fog. There's just like crispness in the air. You can feel the moisture in it. It feels wet. It smells wet. We know what real fog scenario is. That looks almost like a smoky fog, but then there's other people, they're talking about abnormally sized droplets that just look really weird, like this. So this right here, this guy's looking out with a flashlight in his yard. It almost looks like powdery snow, just floating around. Very odd. And this is in Florida, right there. You can see the timestamp and everything. 6:30 a.m. and just weird as all get out. But I'll show you here in another video soon. You know, this isn't like a light misting type of thing. Like, it is, everyone's tripping out about this. They're thinking it's a chemical in the air.
40 states have reported seeing this fog, and here you can see it kind of looks a little bit more like normal fog. That's because it's being lit by the light in the sky. But when it's darker and you use a flashlight, then you can see it's little particles that are floating around. It doesn't usually come at night, but only in the early hours of the morning, like from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. And people are saying it's happened in cities where they've seen the drones flying around, and they're kind of concerned that it has something to do with it. But I think the thing that's concerning most people is the fact that it has a very distinct and weird smell. Sort of like chemicals. Dense fog is one thing, but when they introduce a new smell, that raises reason for concern. But it's this video right here that I find the most frightening because those particles do not look normal to me. But what do you guys think, and have you seen any fog in your town?
And no, that does not look like, I grew up in a canyon right next to a river. So I've seen all types of fog. I've seen light snow where the air's just, the moisture particles are freezing in the air. It's light and fluffy. That there definitely looks very airy, almost like styrofoam is flying around. And then I'll show you something else here in a few minutes, where this lady's pool actually has what it looks like styrofoam all over it. It's the crazy stuff in the air. All right, guys, see, this is what I'm talking about. This was the same time as all the crazy drone sighting, and everyone's like making a big old huge deal about that. Nobody can give us any answers, and the crazy fog shows up. Look, we're just putting together pieces of the puzzle. I'm not saying a dang thing. You have to let me know if you guys are thinking I should be wearing the tinfoil hat, or if you agree that something's up here. Got more coming. Wait, as far as news was telling us, just said you had to close down some airports, was due to some heavy fog, and they were saying this.
Rolling through. National Weather Service issuing a dense fog advisory in parts of South Florida Thursday morning. NBC6 meteorologist Adam Berg explains what causes it.
I'm not going to waste your time with that, because the thing with this is everyone knows what normal fog is. People are tripping out because they're saying they smell something chemical. It does not look right. It does not feel right. Everything about it is wrong. And that's what we're trying to focus on here. Like even right here in Florida, the way that this is working out right here just looks bizarre. All right, so in this video right here, you can see like there's a little patch of weird looking fog over there, normal clouds in the air, and then there's a patch with nothing in the middle. And then over on the left-hand side, another odd patch. It almost looks like smoke. And then here in the next clip, this gal's gonna show you a balcony view of the ocean, and you can't even see the ocean. It's just, there's things that aren't adding up. There's things that don't look normal, aren't acting normal, don't smell normal. Then you got all the people with the ailments trying to put that together. Oh, I might as well show you the gal from the UK. Tons of reports from the UK, all miraculously at the same time. Check this out.
So does anybody else just feel like they should be walking around wearing a fucking gas mask? Like, what is happening in the UK at the minute with the weather? Because all this fog has been here for about 5 days now, and it is literally not budging. And I have never seen a fog like this, what stayed for longer than 5 days, will not dissipate whatsoever. And I've woke up today with a sore throat. It's obviously the shit that we're breathing in, because I don't feel like this is a normal fog. This is some type of chemical fog. And we all know that they fucking hate us and they want us ill and poorly. And what better way to do it than affecting our air pollution with this shit that they're fucking spraying. I don't even know what it is. But yeah, this fog is not normal. And I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but if you've got a white car, the fucking car doesn't stay white for any longer than a day. Right, look at all this. I went and got this car cleaned 5 days ago. Look at that. That's not normal. I've never known my car to be so dirty after washing it 5 days after.
That's what I'm saying. UK is even saying there's something not right about this. Doesn't smell right, smells chemically, they're getting sore throats, it's leaving residue on stuff. Okay, I found the one on the pool. Here's the pool. This gal says that she needs everybody's help because she doesn't know what's going on. My friend lives in East Texas, woke up today to this was what was in her pool. Said she's never had anything like this, did not change any chemicals or regimens in the pool, and didn't have any idea what was going on. Said the only thing was she experienced some fog. Same time as everyone else experienced the same kind of fog. This stuff looked foamy, clumpy, pasty, and trust me, if you have a pool and you go out and see something like this, you're gonna know that something odd happened. That's not normal if you're a pool owner. You go out there and you're like, what got into my pool? Could have been a chemical reaction. Well, it would take one chemical to make another chemical do something funky, right? I saw it even at the bottom of that pool. It's not just pool, it's not just rain. Even people are saying stuff about the snow. Check this out. In this clip right here, it says, the snow in PA looks, feels, and sounds like styrofoam. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've seen all kinds of snow. I've seen snow that looks pretty similar to that, but they're saying that it looks and feels like styrofoam. It sounds like styrofoam. When you got something that looks, feels, and sounds like styrofoam, doesn't necessarily mean it's styrofoam, but there's something going on, something that's not normal. Let me know down in the comments if you guys experienced anything odd, especially if you're not feeling super great. A lot of people are reporting ailments. So this rabbit trail led me down to something else that goes into the air. And you're not gonna believe, even Alexa knows about it, even AI assistant knows about it. And I asked, and you're gonna be shocked at what it had to say. But at this point, we all should be wondering, just like Big Hair with a Glass of Milk Girl says.
So you're telling me that an abnormal fog pops up all over the United States and is being reported in Europe as well, with these particles that are flying around that are not snow or moisture, have a chemical smell, and are leaving a white residue in some areas. And some people who have been exposed to the fog are falling ill with the same illness of inflamed sinuses, can't sleep, loss of appetite, and people think this is just a normal cold and flu and has nothing to do with this abnormal fog.
Can't really say it any better myself. Now, like I said, this led me down a rabbit trail where everyone was saying that there's gotta be smart dust in the fog that's got some kind of chemicals wrapped up into it. And then I heard this gal interview or ask questions to her Alexa. I don't have Alexa. I have another paid AI, which I'm gonna tell you what he has to say. But check this out. This is all new to me.
Smart dust is a technology concept for creating tiny, wireless sensors that can be used for a variety of applications, including biomedical monitoring, environmental monitoring, and industrial monitoring. These sensors are designed to be small, low cost, and energy efficient, and they can be used to collect various types of data. The dust-sized devices would be wirelessly powered and communicate with each other and a base station.
So like I said, I was like, whoa, hold up, wait a minute. I don't have Alexa, but I do pay for a paid subscription of this other AI assistant that I use for business, which mine is usually on point. Very good. He won't even talk about, stuff that he's not supposed to talk about. I say he because I made him a dude, but let me share this little question and answer with you.
Smart dust is essentially a network of tiny micro-electromechanical sensors that can detect things like light, temperature, and movement, providing data to a central system. It's like a high-tech sprinkle of information.
What else has it been known to detect?
Hi again, Cohen. Ready when you are. Smart dust can also detect chemicals, vibrations, and magnetic fields, making it useful for environmental monitoring, industrial applications, and even security.
Okay, can you elaborate on the healthcare aspect?
Sure, in healthcare, smart dust can track patient movements, monitor vital signs, or even detect early signs of disease. The potential for early diagnosis and real-time health monitoring is huge.
And again, this is called smart dust.
Yep, that's smart dust for you. Tiny, powerful, and packed with potential.
Okay, so you can't tell me that they don't have crazy technology out there and that everybody across 40 states that's sensing something that don't smell right, something that don't look right, something that don't feel right, with the crazy technology out there that most people don't even know about. You'd be crazy not to suspect something, right? Anyway, I'm just passing off information that I find super interesting, always putting together pieces of the puzzle. And when I learn stuff like this, and you've got hundreds of thousands of people all saying the same thing, figure it's a good thing to share so more people are aware. And again, 40 states across the UK. They say they have already got toxic fog in India. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Share this out so more folks are aware. Could be something, could not be something, but we're all in the fog in one way or another. And especially if you guys are feeling some kind of ailment and you are in the fog, let us know in the comments. Got a lot more important information coming down the pipe. Make sure your notification bell's on and keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.